Ladies and gentlemen, Don't Tell Mama is proud to present Ricky Ritzel's Broadway!
Blew his rat-a-too-too, telling everybody do your duty. We didn't know how to type and we didn't know how to sew, so we tracked it on down to the USO. But everywhere they sent us, we always missed the boat. We never had a chance to sing the boys a single note. Bombed out, rained out, matter of fact, there's a rumor that we even caused a counterattack. One day we got a communique, report at once to the USA. So we packed and flew through the bullets and flak. Gee, but it's great to be back. The fellas in the PX bar lifted their morale by swinging A to the bar. A drunken and a Susie Q and all of the time. We're gonna keep them humming on the victory line. Giving our all for the guys. You can say we're khaki wacky for the GIs. Cause over here, toot tootly toot, we'll do the thing that we started to do. Cause over here, toot tootly toot, we're gonna sing for the red, white, and blue. While the sergeant does the training, we'll do the entertaining. Over here, toot toot, tootly toot, together, working on a team together, getting up the steam together, giving our all on the beam and right on the ball. Cause over here, toot toot toot, we're gonna sing on the over here, toot toot toot, we're gonna sing on the red, white, and blue. And while the choo-choo keeps a moving, we're gonna keep a grooving. Over here, toot toot, tootly toot. Working on a team together, getting up the steam together, giving our all. Oh, DePaul's, you're right on the ball. We're gonna look alive and jam and jive. Over here, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Strike some joy for every boy. Over here, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. While the sergeant does the training. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the entertaining, yeah. Over here, over here, over here, toot, toot, tootly, toot.
That's Kathy Kramer and Lori Crowd. Welcome to Ricky Ritzel's Broadway. Our opening number was Kathy and Lori as Patty and Maxine Andrews, and was the title song From Over Here, which holds a special place in my heart because it was the first Broadway show I ever saw. 16-year-old Ricky was so excited at seeing the Andrews sisters. My father was furious that he spent the unheard of price of $15 for each ticket. 10th row center on the aisle. What are you gonna do? Anyhow, Over Here is a musical with a score by Richard and Robert Sherman, who wrote Mary Poppins, and with a book by Will Holt. The original Broadway production was directed by Tom Moore and choreographed by Patricia Birch, with a scenic design by W. Schmidt and costumes by Carrie Robbins. It opened March 6, 1974 at the Schubert Theater, where it ran for 341 performances, became the top grossing production of 1974's Broadway season. It is largely credited as the Broadway musical which launched many careers. The cast included Patty and Maxine, of course, but also newcomers Treat Williams, Mary Lou Henner, Sandy Lee Wright, Anne Ryan King, and John Travolta. But it was Janie Sell, cabaret legend Hildegard's niece, who walked off with the Tony for Best Featured Actress in a Musical. Now, despite playing to capacity audiences, the show closed January 4th, 1975 under controversial conditions. Producers blamed Patty and Maxine, claiming they wanted more money and made unreasonable demands, and canceled the national tour. The Younger Sisters blamed the producers, claiming they had mismanaged the show from the beginning and were now using them as scapegoats. We don't have anything like that these days. According to an article in the New York Times, the tour was canceled due to a salary dispute between the Andrews sisters and the producers. Now, the setting is a cross-country train in the United States during World War II. The show begins as a nostalgic look of 40s America, where fashion music, big bands, and swing dominated, but also provides some social commentary about fear dying in battle, prejudice, and discrimination. Each song gave a nod to an authentic 40s swing number, concentrating, of course, on the hits of the Andrews sisters. Although Patty sang lead, Maxine was no slouch when it came to swing. So, welcome once again the jive crazy, Lori Crime.
You'll be the solidest sender. She's gonna treat you so tender. Don't have to be the big spender at Charlie's place. Saturday night, the music is never too brassy. The back room is nothing like classy. Still you're impressing your lassie at Charlie's place. Saturday night, now when the band goes home at 2 a.m., the jukebox really starts a jumping. Then Charlie locks the doors, Charlie drops the blinds, and that's when we go out of our minds. You'll be as great as a rover, man, you'll be rolling in clover when you matriculate over to Charlie's place. Saturday night, moving and grooving to a new life by Harry James or Freddie Slack. Buddy Rich is a hip killer diller, but nothing beats the music of the great Glenn Miller. And when the band goes home at 2 a.m., the jukebox really starts jumping. Then Charlie locks the doors, Charlie drops the blinds, and that's when we go out of our minds. You'll be as great as a rover, man, you'll be rolling in clover when you matriculate over to Charlie's place. Saturday night, Charlie's place. Saturday night, Charlie's place. Saturday night.
That's Lori Crime. Now, as I said before, the setting is a cross-country train trip in the United States during World War II. Now, besides the current servicemen and USO entertainers, there's a group of World War I veterans who reminisce. Here's our own veteran who sees battle every day, Sidney Meyer.
Hey, Yvette, we're really glad we met ya. Hey, Yvette, Yvette, we won't forget ya. Hey, Yvette, we're glad we came to France. You're one hell of a mademoiselle, you taught us how to dance. Hey, Yvette, we're mighty proud we knew ya. Hey, Yvette, 'twas great to parlez-vous ya. Hey, Yvette, you're really quite a dame. When we get back to Hackensack, we'll never be the same. When we danced, you set our hearts to yearning. When we sighed the same, we said goodbye. Though we dreamed someday we'll be returning. Ain't it funny how the time does fly? Oh, the grass grows green in no man's land, or the doughboys that we knew. If you get the chance, when you get to France, to our buddies who came through. Oh, the grass grows green in no man's land, nor the buddies we held dear. If you get the chance, would you say hello from their bodies over here? Hey, Yvette, we're always dreaming of you. Hey, Yvette, I guess we'll always love you. Hey, Yvette, you're really quite a dame. When we get back to Hackensack, we'll never be the same. Hey, Yvette, we're awfully glad we knew ya. Hey, Yvette, 'twas great to hallelujah. Hey, Yvette, we're glad we came to France. You're one hell of a mademoiselle, you taught us how to dance. Hey, Yvette, we're always dreaming of ya. Hey, Yvette, I guess we'll always love ya. Hey, Yvette, you're really quite a dame. When we get back to Hackensack, we'll never be the same. When we get back to Hackensack, we'll never be the same.
Tipping line. Now, one of the Andrews Sisters' biggest hits was the Beer Barrel Polka. Now, the Sherman Brothers wrote a suitable tribute polka with a slightly educational message. Please welcome back Kathy Kafer.
Before you fellowship out overseas, you've got to know your secret enemies. So duty makes me say, these fears I must convey to each and every one of you today. Not every miss is like your sis. In every deck there's a joker. Don't quick chance on quick romance. You don't want to dance the VD polka. But she may look clean like a living movie. Look out for the good time girl. Though she talks real sweet while she's walking down the street. Look out for the good time girl. At a dime it is. You may think you found romance when she cuddles till your eyebrows curl. She'll communicate a sore like you've never seen before. Look out for the good time girl. When you're on a pass and you meet a little lass, look out for the good time girl. So she's nice and clean like a living movie queen. Look out for the good time girl. Keep your self-control. Keep that shower nice and cold. Set your lonely heart a whirl. 'Cause the enemy can suck us by spreading gonococcus. Look out for dangers of the body, house and sneaky spiral keep. Ho, 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 ho. Go slow, mister. You gotta go slow and resist her. Although she looks like Venus, she may not be the cleanest. You just gotta take my word for it, but I know that you won't, so Lucy, would somebody want to try one of these on your spots? There's a jumbo one in here. Oh, there you go. You should never take a chance. Keep your money in your pants. Look out for the good time. Look out for the good time. Look out for the good time. Girl, you don't wanna dance. You don't wanna dance. You don't wanna dance the VD polka.
Now, part of the story is the two sisters are looking for a third to complete their trio. Well, a singer comes along who just happens to be German, has a deep voice, and the girls have found their third. Unfortunately, we find out later that this Dietrich type is a spy. Right now I spy the cabaret's own Blue Angel, Alison Nussbaum.
She was called the queen of the town canteen. All the soldiers loved her so. But when someone tried to kiss her, she always told them no. Her love said, wait for me, Marlena. Hide your heart away. Wait for me, Marlena. I'll return to you someday. Days are years, and she hides her tears, and she talks of happy tears. Though 'twas long ago, they sent her his pair of silver wings. Her love said, wait for me, Marlena. Hide your heart away. Wait for me, Marlena. I'll return to you someday. He was fighting there in his plain somewhere, in the thickest of the fray. And although that bullet found him, she still can hear him say, for me, Marlena.
All's well that ends well. The spy is caught. Everyone's happy, and Patty and Maxine move on in their quest to find that boogie woogie bugle boy. How could he be? Change card. Right side up? Yes. Who knew? Thank you. She Loves Me is a musical with a book by Joseph Masteroff, lyrics by Shelton Hornick, and music by Jerry Bach. The musical is the third adaptation of the 1937 play Parfumerie by Hungarian playwright Miklos Laszlo. Is he here? Following the 1940 James Stewart, Margaret Sullivan film The Shop Around the Corner, and the 1949 Judy Garland Van Johnson musical Good Old Time Summertime. It surfaced again in '98 as the Tom Hanks Meg Ryan feature You've Got Mail. The plot revolves around Budapest shop employees Georg Nowak and Amalia Balash, who despite being consistently at odds with each other at work, are unaware that each other is the other's secret pen pal met through a Lonely Hearts ad. The musical premiered on Broadway April 23, 1963 at the Eugene O'Neill, ran for 302 performances, and despite being nominated for 5 Tonys, including Best Musical, it only won 1 for Best Featured Actor Jack Cassidy as the oily Stephen Koladai. Besides Daniel Massey, Barbara Baxley, and Nathaniel Frey in the cast, Barbara Cook found another of her landmark roles as Amalia. Now, I didn't know this. MGM had bought the rights for the musical in 1967 with plans to make it into a film starring Julie Andrews to be directed by Hal Prince. After a year of delays, MGM moved toward with the film with a revised production in 1969. Andrews was still set to play Amalia. However, Blake Edwards was now set to direct, and Dick Van Dyke was strongly considered for the role of Georg, which would have reunited them. Maurice Chevalier was among those considered for the role of Mazarak. Production was well underway when Kerkorian bought MGM and installed James C. Aubrey Jr. to run the studio, making sweeping changes, with the major company reconstructing and focusing, shifting more to youth-oriented films. The musical was among the many projects that were abruptly dropped. So we could have had that. But as it goes on, the well-known story, two people working in the same shop, hate each other, but each is a pen pal and about mail and mistaken false accusations. Finally, the realization that they are each other's pen pals and romantic ideals. The first to demonstrate this excitement at meeting their mysterious paramour is Georg, ably personified by the never mysterious Tommy J.
I'm nervous and upset because this girl I never met I get to meet tonight at 8. I'm taking her to dinner at a charming old cafe, but who can eat tonight at 8? It's early in the morning and our date is not till 8 o'clock tonight, and yet already I can see what a nightmare this whole day will be. I feel a combination of depression and elation. What a state to wait till 8. I haven't slept a wink, I only think of our approaching tete-a-tete tonight at 8. 3 more minutes, 2 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. In spite of what I've written, she may not be very smitten, and my hopes perhaps may all collapse soon, kaput at 8. I wish I knew exactly how I'll act and what will happen when we dine tonight at 8. I know I'll drop the silverware, but will I spill the water or the wine tonight at 8? Tonight I'll walk right up and sit right down beside the smartest girl in town, and then what happens, anybody's guess. More and more I'm breathing less and less. I'll have a in my imagination, I can hear our conversation taking place tonight at 8. I'll sit there saying absolutely nothing, or I'll jabber like an ape tonight at 8. 2 more minutes, 3 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. I'll know when this is done, if something's ended or begun, and if it goes alright, who knows? Alright, I'll propose tonight at 8.
He said, if you do it any slower, I'll forget it. Meanwhile, Amalia confesses her trepidation to fellow shop worker Ilona. Please welcome the perfect Amalia and Ilona. Aaron Morrison and Jay Rod.
You belong to a Lonely Hearts Club, Amalia?
I've never done that sort of a thing. I used to read the advertisements in the paper.
Well, who doesn't? Young lady wants young man wants young lady.
But I never answered it. In fact, when I saw his advertisement, I wanted, but I couldn't answer it.
But he could be 75.
The advertisement said young man.
You never even asked for a photograph.
I don't know his name or what he looks like, but I have a much more certain guide. I can tell exactly what he looks like inside. When I undertook this correspondence, little did I know I'd grow so fond. Little did I know our dreams would so correspond. He writes me what his feelings are on Shaw, Flaubert, Chopin, Renoir. The more I read, the more I find we're one in mind and heart. I know the sort of home we share, the books, the prints, the music there. A home, a life that's warm and full and rich in love and art. I don't need to see his handsome profile. I don't need to see his manly frame. All I need to know is in each letter, each long revealing letter, I couldn't know him better if I knew his name. I know so much about him, Amalia. I know that he's a very successful person. He's terribly well educated. He's kind and gentle, soft-spoken. I know all this about him, and so much more. It's just that I've never met him, that's all. He writes his deepest thoughts to me on songs with Flaubert and Debussy.
Supposedly grinds his teeth like a supposedly grinds his teeth. Supposedly a knuckle cracker. Good luck with your books.
He feeds us eye, he shares the same.
You're right.
And he's so simpatico. I know. I don't need to see his handsome profile.
I was taken in by
I don't need to see his manly frame.
I was taken in by someone's phrase.
Is in each letter
Used one long
revealing letter.
I hope you do much better.
I knew his name.
I knew his name. What's in a name?
That's Andy Napolitano. It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. When she's alone, Amalia confesses her self-doubt and what's worrying her to herself. Please welcome back the luscious Kathy Kafer.
Will he like me when we meet? You're the shy and quiet girl he's going to see. Be the girl that he's imagined me to be. Will he like me? Will he like the girl he sees? If he doesn't, will he know enough to know that there's more to me than I may always show? Will he like me? Will he know that there's a world of love waiting to warm him? How I'm hoping that his eyes and ears won't misinform him. Will he like me who can say how I wish that we could meet another day? It's absurd of me to carry on this way. I'll try not to. Will he like me? He's just got to. When I am in my room alone and I write, thoughts come easily, words come fluently then. That's how it is when I'm alone. But tonight, there's no hiding behind my paper and pen. Will he know that there's a world of love waiting to warm him? How I'm hoping that his eyes and ears won't misinform him. Will he like me? I don't know. All I know is that I'm tempted not to go. It's insanity for me to worry so. I'll try not to. Will he like me? He's just got
After much confusion and anticipating finally meeting her dear friend, she realizes he's not showing up. Here's someone we are also pleased always shows up. The delectable Sidney Meyer.
The flowers, the crystal, the linen I see were carefully chosen for people like me. The silver gleam and the candles aglow. Your favorite songs on request. Each colorful touch in the finest of taste. Notice how sleekly the tables are spaced. The music is muted, the lighting is low. No wonder I feel so depressed. Charming, romantic, the perfect cafe. Then, as if it isn't bad enough, a violin sound. Music and wine, tables for two. But where are you, dear friend? Couples go past me, I see how they look, so discreetly sympathetic when they see the rose and the book. I make believe nothing is wrong. How long can I pretend? Please make it right. Don't break my heart. Don't let it end. Dear friend.
Despite their animosity toward each other at work, Georg and Amalia actually start getting along, as evidenced in this lovely song done by the equally lovely Laura Pavlis.
Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way, but together you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream, he brought me ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Imagine that, ice cream. And for the first time we were together without a spat. most peculiar day. Will wonders never cease? Will wonders never cease? Okay. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together you and I will laugh at last night someday. I sat there waiting in that cafe, never guessing you were fat near. You were outside looking so bald. Oh. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. Last night, I was so nasty. Well, he deserved it, but even so, that George is not like this George. This is a new George. I didn't know. Somehow, it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And right before my eyes, this man I once despised has turned into a man I like. As strange as it may seem, it's almost like a dream. He came to offer me ice cream.
Now, Georg finds out who he's been corresponding with, but Amalia does not. Yet. Please welcome the melodious Anthony Castellano. Keep cheering, I'm gonna find it. There you go, that's the ticket. Here we are.
Will wonders never cease? I didn't like her. I don't like her. I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her. I wouldn't have her. I never knew her. But now I do. And I could. And I would. And I know. She loves me. And to my amazement, I love it, knowing that she loves me. She loves me, true she doesn't show it. How could she, when she doesn't know it? Yesterday she loathed me, but now today she likes me. And tomorrow, ache from the urge to touch her. I'm speechless, for I mustn't tell her. It's wrong now, but it won't be long now before my love discovers that she and I are lovers. Imagine how surprised she's bound to be. She loves me. She loves me. I love her. Isn't that a wonder? I wonder why I didn't want her. I want her. That's the thing that matters. And matters are improving daily. Yesterday I loathed her, but now today I love her. And tomorrow, I'm tingling. Such delicious tingles. I'm trembling. What the hell does that mean? I'm freezing. That's because it's cold out. But still till I'm incandescent and like some adolescent. I'd like to scroll on every wall I see. She loves me. She loves me.
Now, before we present our last show, I'd like to thank everyone here at Dr. Mama, Sydney Meyer for Diesel Hall, Johnny Ricardo on Lights and Sound. Don't forget Randy and waitstaff. This unbelievably talented cast. And especially you for coming out tonight. Thank you. Don't forget our next show is Friday, February 22nd. We'll be featuring songs from Lady in the Dark, Top Banana, and a third yet to be determined show. So keep your fingers crossed, it might be a good one. Now, we'll change cards.
Change cards.
It says it right there, change card.
Change cards. Change cards. Change cards.
Oh, moonlighting. There's a moon. Watch your purses. All right, let's dive in right now, shall we? Nobody expected Oklahoma to be the groundbreaking milestone it was. Most of all, Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. In fact, once the praise started rolling in, Oscar Hammerstein took a full-page ad out in Variety listing every show of his that flopped. At the bottom he wrote, "I did it before and I'll do it again." Rodgers felt the same way after film producer Sam Goldwyn saw Oklahoma advised Rodgers to shoot himself right then and there. Because he said, "You'll never create a show as good as Oklahoma." After consulting with several people, they decided the next show was going to be Lilium. Frenek Mondar, another Hungarian, premiered in Budapest 1909. The audience was puzzled by the work then, and it lasted only 30-odd performances before it had been withdrawn. The first shadow on Monar's successful career, as a matter of fact. Lilium was not presented again until after World War I, when it reappeared on the Budapest stage, and it was a tremendous hit. Rodgers and Hammerstein reassembled much of the creative team that they had in Oklahoma, including director Ruben Mamoulian, choreographer Agnes DeMille, Miles White was the costume designer, and Joe Milziner, who worked in Oklahoma, was the scenic and lighting designer. Rehearsals began in January of '45, and either Rodgers or Hammerstein was always present. John Ray was presented with the lyrics for soliloquy on a 5-foot-long sheet of paper. The piece ran nearly 8 minutes. Staging such a long solo number presented problems, and Ray later stated that he felt that they were never fully addressed. At some point during rehearsals, Molnar came to see what they had done with his play, and they had done some variations on his story. And as Rodgers said, he was watching rehearsals with Hammerstein. The composer spotted Molnar in the rear of the theater and whispered the news to his partner. Both sweated through the afternoon of rehearsals in which nothing seemed to go right. At the end, the two walked back to the back of the theater expecting an angry reaction, but instead the playwright said enthusiastically, "What you have done is so beautiful, and you know what I like best? You changed the ending." Hammerstein wrote that Molnar became a regular attendee at rehearsals after that. The play opened for tryouts in New Haven on March 22nd, '45. The first act was well received. The second act, finished about 1:30 a.m. Yeah. The staff immediately sat down for a 2-hour conference. 5 scenes, half the ballet, and 2 songs were cut from the show as a result. John Fairley commented, "Now I see why these people have hits. I've never witnessed anything so brisk and brave in my life." The Mill said of this conference, "Not 3 minutes have been wasted pleading for something cherished. Nor was there any idle joking. We would cut and cut, and then we went to bed." By then the company left New Haven. The Mill's ballet was down to 40 minutes. A major concern was the second act with the effectiveness of the characters he and she, later called by Rogers Mr. and Mrs. God, before Billy appeared after his death. Mr. and Mrs. God were depicted as a New England minister and his wife, seen in the parlor. The couple were still part of the show at the Boston opening. Rogers said to Hammerstein, "We've got to get God out of that parlor." When Hammerstein inquired, only if you've seen Carousel where you can understand what I'm about to say. Hammerstein inquired where he should put the deity. Rogers said exasperatedly, "I don't care if you put him on the top of a ladder." There it is. Hammerstein duly put Mr. God atop of a ladder and got Mrs. God gone. She was removed. Carousel opened April 19th, 1945 at the Majestic, ran for 890 performances. The cast included John Ray, Jan Clayton, Bambi Lynn, and Christine Johnson. In 1999, Time magazine named Carousel the best musical of the 20th century. Wow. The story, set in late 19th century New England, revolves around the Carousel barker Billy Bigelow, whose romance with mill worker Julie Jordan comes at the price of both their jobs. He participates in a robbery to provide for Julie and their unborn child. After it goes tragically wrong, he is given a chance to make things right. A secondary plot line deals with mill worker Carrie Pipperidge and her romance with ambitious fisherman Enoch Snow. Julie and her friend Carrie visit the town's carousel after working in the mill. Barker Billy Bigelow is instantly attracted. While Julie and Carrie are alone, Carrie presses her about her true feelings toward Billy because Carrie herself is newly engaged. Please welcome, as Carrie, the delightful Taylor Martinet.
Julie, I've been busting to tell you something lately.
Really?
But I didn't care to tell you before, because, well, you didn't have a fella of your own. But now that you got one, I'll tell you about mine.
Really? What's his name?
Well, his name is Mr. Snow, and an upstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round bottom boat with a net full of herring from the sea. An almost perfect beau, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round bottom boat that he can't seem to lose the smell of fish. The first time he kissed me, the smell of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose, and fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke quite low, and a fine-spoken man is he. And he said, "Miss Pipperidge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with the wife." And he said, "Miss Pipperidge, if you'd be mine, I'll be yours for the rest of my life." Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze, for all it can do is look forward to that wonderful day of days. to a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. They'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. They'll set me on my feet, and I'll say kind of sweet, "Well, Mr. Snow, here I am." And I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything'll be as right can be, living in a cottage by the sea with me. Oh, I love that Mr. Snow, that young seafaring, bold and daring, big be-whiskered, overbearing, darling Mr. Snow.
Richard Rodgers said he didn't want an overture. He wanted the sound of a carousel coming to life. And that's how the show started. At this point, Carrie leaves and Billy happens to make his way to be alone with Julie. And they discuss things like what if they were in love. Once again, the splendiferous Laura Pavlis and Anthony Castellano.
Oh, I know how it'd be like. It would be awful. I could just see myself. Kinda scrawny and pale, picking at my food, and lovesick like any other guy. I'd throw away my sweater and dress up like a dude in a dickie and a collar and a tie. If I loved you. But somehow I can see just exactly how I feel. If I loved you, again, I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Around in circles I go, longing to tell you, afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to know how I love you. If I loved you.
Now the town is getting ready for the summer clam bake. And then he leads the citizens in a celebration of the season. Here's the always summery Allison Newsman. March went out like a lion, whipping up the water in the hay, in the bay. Look around, look around, look around.
June is busting out all over the meadow and the hill. Buds are busting out of bushes and the romping river pushes every little wheel that wheels beside a mill. June is busting out all over. The feeling is getting so intense that the young Virginia creepers have been hugging the bejeepers out of all the morning glories on the fence, because it's June, 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 just because it's June, June, June. June is busting out all over. The ocean is full of jacks and jills. With her little tail is swishing, every lady fish is wishing that a male would come and grab her by the gills. June is busting out all over. The sheep aren't sleeping anymore. All the rams that chase the ewe sheep are determined there'll be new sheep, and the ewe sheep aren't even keeping score, because it's June, 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 just because it's June, 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 June.
And now, the Leslie Uggams version.
June is busting out all over the meadow and the hill. All the bugsing out of bushes and the running river wishes, all the little wheels that wheel beside a bill. June is busting out all over town and got a little bit of trenches and they're humping of a Jesus out of all the morning glories on the fence, because it's
Now, Billy is offered to take part in a robbery. Then he has a chance to return to his job as carnival barker if he leaves his wife Julie. And then also is told at the same time that he's going to be a father. Please welcome the magnificent Tommy J. Dose.
I wonder what he'll think of me. I guess he'll call me the old man. I guess he'll think I can lick every other fella's father. Well, I can. I bet that he'll turn out to be the spitting image of his dad. But he'll have more common sense than his pudding-headed father ever had. I'll teach him to wrestle and dive in a wave when we go in the morning for our swim. His mother can teach him the way to behave, but she won't make a sissy out of him. Not him, not my boy, not Bill. My boy Bill, I will see that he's named after me. I will. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No pot-bellied, baggy-eyed bully will boss him around. And I don't give a damn what he does, as long as he does what he likes. He can sit on his tail or work on a rail with a hammer and spikes. He can ferry a boat on a river, or pedal a pack on his back, or work up and down the streets of a town with a whip and a horse and a hat. He can run a scow around a canal, run a cow around a corral, or maybe bark for a carousel. Of course it takes talent to do that well. He might be the champ of the heavyweights, or a fellow that sells you glue, or president of the United States. That'd be alright too. His mother would like that, but he wouldn't have to be president if he didn't want to be. Not Bill. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No fat-bottomed, baggy-eyed, pot-bellied, baggy-eyed bastard will boss him around. And if he'll marry his boss's daughter, a skinny-lipped virgin with blood like water, who'll give him a peck and call it a kiss, and look in his eyes through a lorgnette. Hey, why am I going on like this? My kid ain't even been born yet. I can see him when he's 17 or so, and starting in to go with a girl. I can give him lots of pointers, very sound, on the way to get round any girl. I can tell him, wait a minute, what if he's a girl? Oh, Bill! What would I do with her? What can I do for her? I'm a bum with no money. You can have fun with a son, but you gotta be a father to a girl. She mightn't be so bad at that. A kid with ribbons in her hair, a kind of neat and petite little tin type of her mother. What a pain, my little girl, pink and white as peaches and cream is she, but my little girl is half again as bright as girls are meant to be. Just as the boys pursue her, many a lively lad does what he can to woo her from her faithful dad. She has a few pink and white young fellas of 2 or 3, but my little girl gets hungry every night, and she comes home to me. I've got to get ready before she comes. I've got to make certain that she won't be dragged up in slums with a lot of bums like me. She's got to be sheltered and fed and dressed in the best that money can buy. I never knew how to get money, but I'll try, by God, I'll try. I'll go out and make it, or steal it, or take it, or die.
I'm fine. Oh, wait. Oh, just wait. The robbery goes horribly awry. Billy dies. He's sent to the afterlife where he meets the storekeeper. And if there's one person alive who remembers Billy, he can return for a day to try to do good to redeem himself. Now, 15 years have passed, and his daughter has grown to be very lonely and bitter. Billy makes his presence known, transforms his daughter into a caring, lovely young woman, and finally tells Julie he loves her, and heads toward his heavenly reward. Wait a minute. Oh. Please welcome back Alice and Nussbaum.